He married her with a borrowed suit and a borrowed ring. The wedding was small, almost invisible to the world. A few plastic chairs under a rented canopy. Rice cooked by neighbors. Laughter mixed with dust. He stood there nervous, hands trembling, wondering how a girl like her chose a man like him. She never complained. Not when the rain leaked through their roof. Not when he came home tired, smelling of fuel and sweat. Not when he apologized for yet another postponed dream. She only smiled and said, "We will build our own tomorrow." For 3 years, they lived simply. She wore plain dresses. She cooked with care. She prayed with him every night. When people asked about her family, she would gently change the subject. He assumed they were poor. Maybe ashamed. Maybe gone. He never pushed. One evening, everything changed. It started with a phone call. She answered quietly, stepped outside, and stayed there longer than usual. When she came back, her eyes were distant, heavy with something unspoken. "They want me to come home," she said softly. "Who?" he asked. "My family." The next morning, a black SUV stopped in front of their house. Men in suits stepped out. The entire neighborhood froze. Children stopped playing. Women whispered. Men stared. The door opened. And then he saw it. A massive estate beyond iron gates. Security guards. Marble floors. Portraits lining the walls. Everything screamed wealth he had only seen on television. She stood beside him, calm, familiar, loving. "This is my father's house," she said. His legs almost gave way. Her father walked in, powerful, composed, eyes sharp like someone used to command. A billionaire. A man whose name moved markets. A man who had once forbidden his daughter from marrying a poor man. "I warned you," the father said, not angrily, but coldly. "Love does not pay bills." The husband stood there, small and exposed. Shame crawled up his spine. Every insecurity he had buried now screamed. "I didn't know," he whispered. She held his hand tighter. "I hid it because I wanted to be loved for who I am, not what I come from." The truth spilled slowly. She had left wealth behind. Chosen struggle. Chosen him. The father had watched from a distance. Waiting. Testing. "Many men love money," the father said. "Few love sacrifice." Silence filled the room. Then the father surprised everyone. "You stayed," he said to the husband. "You never used her. You never asked questions. You protected her dignity even when you had nothing." He stepped closer. "That makes you richer than most men I know." Tears filled the husband's eyes. He expected rejection. Instead, he received respect. That day, the father offered wealth, power, a position. The husband refused the money. "I only want your blessing," he said. "She chose me. I choose her. That is enough." The old man smiled for the first time. They returned home together, not to the mansion, but to their small house. But now the walls felt stronger. The roof felt higher. The future felt clearer. She rested her head on his chest that night and whispered, "Now you know everything." He kissed her forehead. "I didn't marry your past," he said. "I married your heart." And for the first time, he understood something deeper than money. True wealth hides in humility. True love hides in sacrifice. And sometimes, the greatest treasure sits beside you, quietly, pretending to be ordinary. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more videos.